Tyler Shin takes on the undefeated Muay Thai phenom Kendall Carnahan. More LFA 15 coming up.
Sunday nights on Access TV are for the legends.
There's something interesting and intriguing about it.
Rock Legends returns with new episodes.
It is incredible to watch.
Get the stories behind Rock's biggest names, including Neil Diamond, The Police, Talking Heads, The Pretenders, Earth, Wind & Fire, and George Michael. All new Rock Legends premieres Sunday, July 9th, 8:30, 7:30 Central, only on Access TV.
My name is Carrie Walsh Jennings. I'm a 3-time gold medalist and a 3-time mommy. I use Honest for whatever life serves up. Safe, effective, convenient.
Subscribe today and save an extra 30% plus free shipping on your first order. Go to honest.com/carry30. Certain restrictions apply.
If you or a loved one has mesothelioma or any other asbestos-related cancer, call now. Asbestos manufacturers sold deadly asbestos materials to thousands of companies, putting workers at risk. An estimated $30 billion in court-ordered trusts have been set aside to pay out claims to asbestos victims. You may be entitled to a portion of these funds and receive compensation without filing a lawsuit or ever going to court.
For your free legal consultation, call 1-800-256-1787. That's 1-800-256-1787. I'm a non-attorney spokesperson.
Tomorrow night, what a huge night on Access TV. New Japan Pro Wrestling makes its American debut with G1 Special in the USA. In the main event, IWGP, Kazuka Okada defends his title against Ring of Honor World Champion Cody the Nightmare. Jim Ross and Josh Barnett have the call. Do not miss this historic 4-hour live presentation from the Long Beach Convention Center tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern on Access TV. JR and Josh will be earning their paychecks tomorrow.
Yes, they will.
Now we move to the LFA Bantamweight division in a matchup between unbeaten Kendall Carnahan and Shawnee's own Tyler Shin. For the official fighter introductions, let's go back to Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, making his way to the blue corner, Kendall Carnahan.
Originally from Duncan, Oklahoma, now fighting out of Austin, Texas, 24-year-old Kendall Carnahan. He hasn't fought since last May, because he went to Thailand to train. So you check out his last 5 fights at 5-0. Of course, he's won them all.
Yeah, I think this is his toughest opponent tonight. He's going up against, Carnahan says, look, I'm also a good wrestler, not my credentials aren't stacked up to shins, but I can wrestle. I'm a good athlete. I've got better striking. I think that I've got the length. I can control the fight. I can stop his takedowns. Feels that Shin won't be able to hold him down. It remains to be seen. Shin's a guy that wrestled for Oklahoma State. Started as a freshman and sophomore, so he's a legit opponent.
Carnahan, he started wrestling at 6 years old, but definitely does not have the resume that Shin has. All wins in the first round for Kendall Carnahan, including a 35-second victory.
Right, and I just love the fact, I love coming to the Midwest and doing shows because there are so many good wrestlers coming out of this part of the country. You're going to have a lot of tough guys, and as they get good with their grappling in terms of submissions and improve their striking, you get a guy with the base of wrestling They're going to be a really scary character. You put a bunch of them together on one show, and you're going to have great fights, as we've seen already tonight.
Absolutely. LFA 15 has not disappointed. Kendall Carnahan will try to keep that streak going.
Please welcome his opponent, making his way to the LFA Octagon, fighting out of the red corner, Tyler Shindig Shin.
Remember old cartoon, Incredible Hulk? When we start turning green, ripping at his clothes. Picture me in beast mode.
Shindig, Tyler Shin, 30 years old, local fighter from Shawnee, Oklahoma. As you said earlier, Pat, wrestled for college powerhouse Oklahoma State, was part of that 2006 national championship team, also a three-time high school state wrestling champion. Very impressive pedigree.
Yeah, you know, it's the reason he didn't start his junior and senior year. He was injured, banged up, which D1 wrestling is brutal to go through a season. Those guys get torn up, and he obviously had bad luck with injuries. Otherwise, you know, being a four-time starter for Oklahoma State is what he probably would have been, probably an All-American. And, you know, you don't get to that level of wrestling without being an absolute animal. You just don't.
As you can see, he hasn't fought since January of 2015. He said he took some time off to figure out his life, and he was losing some passion about the sport. What did he figure out? Well, he said, martial arts picked me. I didn't pick it. I'm back in. Let's check out the tail of the tape, where Carnahan missed weight and came in at 142 pounds for this 135-pound bantamweight fight. He will forfeit 20% of his purse to Shin. Pat, is that extra motivation for you, or was it just extra cash if someone missed weight?
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the LFA Bantamweight division. It is brought to you by Alienware, the ultimate gaming experience. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This Muay Thai fighter stands 5'8", weighing in at 142.6 pounds, holding a professional record, 5 wins, 0 defeats, with 1 win coming by way of knockout, 4 via submission. Training out of AKA Thailand and Bing Muay Thai Austin. Fighting out of Austin, Texas, Kendall Carnahan. His opponent across the octagon, fighting out of the red corner, is a freestyle fighter standing 5'4", weighed in 135.2 pounds, holding a professional record, 7 wins, 3 defeats, with 2 wins coming by way of knockout, 3 via submission. Training out of Redline, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, and fighting out of Shawnee, Oklahoma, Tyler Shindig Shin. Your referee is still Anthony Macias.
All right, fighters, went over the rules in the back. Touch gloves if you want to do it now. Go back to your corner. Let's make it happen.
Shout out to Legends of the Cage on Twitter. They're excited to have 2 legends here tonight. Referee Anthony Macias and, of course, my partner, the UFC Hall of Famer, Pat Miletich. Thanks for watching, guys. We are underway. Tyler Shin in the black, Kendall Carnahan in the white. Pat, what I was asking was, when your opponent would miss weight, did that give you extra motivation?
Well, you know, our goal as a camp in general, our mentality was we're going to make weight, and that's just the way it is. And if one of our opponents came in overweight, we told them first, we don't want your money, you're going to make weight. And we wanted them to suffer and earn the right to be in there. And then if they couldn't make weight, yeah, sure, then we take their money.
Of course.
You know, the epidemic of people missing weight in MMA these days is frankly pathetic.
We had 2 on this card here in Shawnee.
Shouldn't be happening anywhere. Once you sign a contract and you're a professional, you do your job, and making weight's part of it.
Shin pushing Carnahan up against the cage. The fighters clinch.
Yeah, I'm ready to. At least this time I'm going to be offensive.
Shin a purple belt and BJJ, as we said, the strong wrestling resume.
Got to be able to get the fight to the ground to use that purple belt, though.
See if he's got some ring rust too, Pat. January 2015. Last time
he was the takedown on the Oklahoma State Cowboy wrestler. He said he could wrestle. He just proved it. He proved it.
At for the first time. Carnahan operates out of the guard of Shin. Some elbows, very active is Carnahan.
Shin trying to tie him up and stay glued to him.
Shin pulled him right back down. There, Carnahan gets some separation.
You can't leg lock him from guard. He's got to be in half guard.
Still from the guard, and Shin with some nasty elbows.
Knackers.
Those are the ones that'll cut you open.
They definitely will. Shin was trying to get an angle on that arm. Oh.
Carnahan up and now.
Half guard.
See what he does in half guard. Midway point of this first round, scheduled for 3. Ron Kruk and Pat Miletich cage side. We are glad you are part of LFA 15.
Carnahan needs to turn his right hand palm down to apply proper pressure on the head with his palm up. Now Shin trying to hunt a leg lock here. Reverse heel hook. He's good at him. Now an ankle lock. Achilles. Oh, he tried to go to a reverse Achilles. Beautiful transitions from submissions on the legs. Look at him. He's slick.
Very slick, and suddenly Tyler Shin ends up on top. Impressive submission attempts from Tyler Shin.
That was good stuff, man.
There was only one decisive round.
Carnahan holding on tight.
This is a
But
bad
he's got the
place to
underhook
have
in, yeah.
a shorter, stockier, really good aggressive wrestler who's good at jiu-jitsu in half guard because you're longer, getting stretched out.
Let's go for position.
Pat, what do you see Tyler Shin doing from this position?
Well, he's trying to get a better position or hunt arm triangle earlier. Might look for an arm here. Hunt a key lock on the far side. Who knows? But he looks like he's knifing his knee through here to get the cross sides. Trying to pin this arm so he can do some damage.
Tyler Shin's corner, Ty Gay yelling to their fighter, drop the elbows. Shin does have 4 first-round finishes.
Another arm triangle coming here. Carnahan trying to get his arm to the ground and back around the head. Does it?
Tyler, 45 seconds. Yes, go. Pressure on that guy.
Carnahan struggling to get back up. It's Shin from half guard.
You got 30 seconds right there. 30 seconds. Open up right here.
Got to keep a guy like this in your guard if you're on the ground with him.
Shin just all over Carnahan right in front.
Now he's very tight. Oh. Carnahan skating out of that again somehow. It's a very comfortable position for a wrestler. Half guard and cross sides. They feel at home there.
There we go, work.
Tyler Shin ends round number 1 with an elbow, a round that Shin dominated really from the opening bell. Mentioned if he might have some ring rust, did not look too rusty to start this one off, Pat.
No. I mean, he got into it, eventually got in that groove. Watch this. See, he's got the foot inside of the leg, elevates, tries to scoop underneath here, and then blocks with his knee to bring that leg across to do what's called a reverse heel hook. And Carnahan blocking it by figure 4, and so he transitions to an Achilles lock.
Wow.
And then watch how he shoots his right arm underneath. That's a reverse Achilles. And then he's going for a knee bar on the other leg. Those are beautiful, seamless transitions. Carnahan was scrambling like crazy to get out of all of that stuff. Good job by him also to get out of them. But that was some really cool transition work on hunting those legs.
Seconds out, make it dry.
Easy first round to score. Pat, of course, gave that round to Tyler Shin. We are set to go round number 2. Kendall Carnahan in the white and Tyler Shin in the black.
Shin comes out with heavy right hands to get in on the legs. Wrestling experience. Grabbing that back leg so that Carnahan can't stand back up. He needs to get back on that ankle, though. He's got the legs locked.
And drives him down.
Thanks those hips out from underneath him.
Carnahan drops some elbows on Shin, but wasn't enough to stop him.
Carnahan needs to come back up. One way or another. Got to get that right leg free so he can stand up. A lot of guys will put the near leg up to stand up. Now he can get there. Finally, Shin's hand came off that back ankle.
See if Kendall Carnahan can mount some offense at this point. Elbow goes through, grabs the neck and goes down.
Oh, buddy. Shin, though, gets across the body to protect his neck. Nice. Handles the body, steps through.
And Shin escapes.
Forces him over to take the flat back.
And just like that, puts Carnahan in a tough position.
We'll have a Oklahoma State Cowboy backpack on at this point. Shin glued to him.
Carnahan finally gets the submission attempt, and suddenly he paid for it. As that said, the national champion Oklahoma State Cowboy wrestler Tyler Shin all over him.
Battle for the hands here constantly going on.
Shin said he wanted to be patient in this fight, that he would maybe take it easy in that first round. Really didn't do that. He figured he could, in the second round, just had to be patient, figure out what the plan from Carnahan was, and then end the fight.
You're going to find out what your opponent has, obviously. Game plans can change. Game plans go out the window. But so far, I think he's following his game plan. It's a blueprint. He's following it pretty well.
Go, guys, work.
Halfway through round number 2, scheduled for 5.
Carnahan got to get one of those legs out and get it trapped on the ground. Nice job getting out of there.
Bit of a scramble. Fighters restart in the center of the octagon. Spinning kick from Tyler Shin. Look good, but not much fun.
Oh, nice punches.
Kendall Carnahan.
Shin able to duck under some of those punches. Close the gap, lock him up. Carnahan getting over anxious there.
Tyler Shin moved in quickly after the big shots from Carnahan. Bryce, knee to the thigh. Shin very active.
Break that grip. Oh, his leg folded underneath him. I don't know if that injured an ankle or a knee. That was nasty, but he comes out on top. Boy, I tell you what, that could have been disastrous for his leg.
Big elbows now from Kendall Carnahan.
This kid's staying in the fight.
The most damage that Carnahan has done in this fight with those elbows. Operating from Shin's guard.
Heard that one.
Yes, and another elbow. Under a minute to go. Round 2.
It's advantage of the taller guy on top. Can reach the head easily. Shin with underhooks. Important.
Hanging in as Carnahan operates from half guard.
Gotta be careful here. He's parallel with Shin's body, which means Shin can turn and come out.
That's exactly what he's doing.
Going to a leg.
And attacking the leg.
Changes it up here, gets a leg across. Trying to figure for his legs to protect.
Submission fest here in the second round.
Trying to muscle through that to come up. But
right. Round 2 in the books. Kendall Carnahan finally doing some damage in that second round as Tyler Shin sits down on his stool.
Chad, if he backs up for the cage, all you do is take 5 punches. If you take him down, and you stay there, you're on top of that, your elbows are killing him. He does not like getting hit, right? He's done. You come out, throw that hard 1-2.
Shin came out of the corner, comes right out with the big right hands, landed on Carnahan, lands another one, blasts him, and gets in on a takedown here. Nice way to get into that takedown, and then here, toward the end of the round, Carnahan landing some really good elbows on Shin. Good entertaining, good close round.
Close round, but Pat, you gave it to Kendall Carnahan. Why?
You know, I think he did more damage ultimately with the shots that he threw. It was a back and forth battle on the ground, although Shin did have his back for a little bit, did nothing with it. He was never really truly in danger with anything.
So if the Hall of Famer is right, which he usually is, this could be the third and decisive round. 1 round apiece. Tyler Shin in the black, Kendall Carnahan in the white.
Carnahan needs to pump that jab more. No need for big punches out of nowhere. Snap the jab.
Here he comes.
Nice job stopping the takedown.
Big shot from Shin. Once again, we are on the ground. And
nice job by Carnahan. Again, remember, he said, look, I can wrestle with this guy.
Right.
He's come out on top quite a few times in these scrambles.
He felt very comfortable that he could scramble with him and shut down his takedowns. Carnahan on top. Shin holding him very close.
Shin pushing on the hip, trying to get position back.
Wait for it. It's going to happen. It's got to create the space.
Shin's corner fort create the space. Carnahan from half guard, moving now, transitioning.
Shin trying to elevate him, got that foot on the inside, half butterfly guard here. There, he finally got his knee out from underneath the body. That'll assist him a little bit.
Good job, buddy. Keep working. Good job.
Now Carnahan in Shin's full guard. Ooh, elbow slips through. May have caught Shin. 3 minutes ago in round 3. Another elbow from Carnahan. Those are starting to land, Pat.
Well, he's got real good ground and pound. He's got a good sense of where he is. And again, up against Shin, who's a shorter guy, he can reach his head pretty easily with the elbows. I mean, if you can reach their head with elbows, why not throw that instead of the punch?
Great point. Been over 2 years since Tyler Shin last fought. Maybe slowing down here in the third and final round.
Yeah, he needs to get up from underneath there and get a reversal. Carnahan slipping a little bit. You can see his knees slipping and sliding when Shin pushes on him with his shins or his feet. Oh, nice. Beautiful.
Beautiful reversal, and then Carnahan right back.
Carnahan went to a near cradle, and Shin, look, this is college wrestling right here. This type of scrambling, guys with each other's legs attacking each other at the same time.
You gotta love this.
I'm going to call Shin coming out in that scramble 100% of the time with a guy who didn't wrestle D1.
Fighters up against the cage right in front of us. Shin continuing to work and transition. Ends up on top.
Going for a key lock here.
Could see the arm, bending the arm. Some blood now trickling from the right eye of Carnahan.
Carnahan still, as of now, winning this round. Nice job coming out. Now a leg lock roll through by Shin. He's figure four'd his legs to defend it. These guys are good. They know what they're doing on the ground.
Very slick on the ground as we approach 1 minute left in this third and final round.
He made Shin abandon that leg lock by those punches, figure forward to lock that down to protect his limb, and then unloaded on him with those shots. Good technical stuff out of these guys.
Good job, guys. Keep working.
Fight.
Carnahan needs the underhook. Shin has that underhook. He can move.
.30 to go. Very tough round to score. Carnahan continuing to unload some elbows. Just missed that time. And Shin returns the favor. 10.
It's been a good tough fight. Good technical stuff on the ground. Very entertaining.
If you love submissions and ground fighting, this was the one for you. That's going to do it. Kendall Carnahan and Tyler Shin putting on a ground 101 display here in Shawnee, Oklahoma.
Carnahan backed up what he said yesterday about being able to grapple with him and wrestle with him.
Sure did, and you're talking about a national champion from the Oklahoma State Cowboys as we take a look at some of the action in round 3.
Carnahan on top here, doing a good job again. That length of his body and his limbs enabled him to do good striking. And then look at the scramble. Shin trying to come up and over on top, and Carnahan getting his hips back up off the mat. That's the key, getting your hips off the mat. The guy that can do that the most effectively is going to win the scrambles on the ground. Here he is coming out. Nice job skating out of there. And there's the roll through for the leg lock attempt, a knee bar. Carnahan shut it down by figure four and then sitting down on his limb, putting his body weight back into it so that Shin couldn't turn him over, and made him pay for it with those shots.
Well, if there's one place that knows about wrestling and the ground game, it's Oklahoma. So feel confident that the judges will score this correctly. Pat, you went ahead and gave the win to Kendall Carnahan.
I didn't give it to him. He earned it.
All right, he earned it. True. We'll see if the judges agree. Looks like final word is in. Let's go back to the LFA Octagon and make it official with Mike Kendall.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of professional MMA, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Bauer scores the bout 29-28 Carnahan. Judge Chalchief scores the bout 29-28 Shin. And Judge Sarah Atwood scores the bout 29-28 for your winner by split decision, Tyler Shindig Shin.
Don't leave it to the judges.
Exactly right.
It was close enough. Look, it was close enough where, I can see where a judge would do that, but I had Carnahan winning the fight.
Well, that was Carnahan's first professional loss. Shin gets a win in front of the hometown fans and improves to 8-3. Well, coming up later, of course, in our main event, the big boys. Richard Odoms taking on Jared Vanderaa, and right now Vanderaa is standing by with Phoenix Carnivale.
Thanks, Ron. I am here with the other half of the main event, Jared Vanderaa. Jared, heavyweight title fight. Yesterday when we talked, you had talked a lot about...
Yeah. Because I know it's a hard week and we're